training camps aren't about who's there. It becomes more about who's not there, right? Melvin Gordon's not at the Chargers camp. He'll be there next week. Maybe he'll be there. Probably won't. The leading wide receiver in the National Football League, Michael Thomas, is not at Saints camp. That becomes the bigger story about the Saints than anything else having to do. And probably the biggest story is the league's leading rusher, Ezekiel Elliott, is so far a no-show. Now, it's really important to point this out. Really important. That just like trading or Paul George walking in and asking to be traded 1 year into a contract extension that he said would keep him in Oklahoma City, I think that's a bad look for the NBA. If you gave Ezekiel Elliott a new contract, what's to stop Saquon Barkley from going, hey, I had 1,300 yards last year rushing. I should be paid more money. I should be paid more money. At some point, you're getting paid. I want you to, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday in regards to this. NFL players like to use the argument, hey, in any other league, our contracts are fully guaranteed. First of all, Ezekiel Elliott's contract is fully guaranteed. Completely. Every penny. Rookie contracts are fully guaranteed. And if he doesn't like how much he makes as the number 4 pick, well, then he has a problem. He has a problem with the CBA. It should be pointed out that while Ezekiel Elliott will tell the world, hey, I'm only going to make $3.8 million this year, the fact is the way in which contracts are structured, he made $16.8 million in his first year. So when you average it all out, he averages $7 or $8 million. And in a rookie contract, which is fully guaranteed. And by the way, when they pick up the 5th-year option, next year's contract would be $9 million, which is not the $13 million the top going rate, or the $14 million Todd Gurley. But $9 million was good money. It's a little bit light of his production. But if you want to make the argument that, hey, in any other business, dude, in any other contract, in the NBA, if you're halfway through a contract, you know what you can't do? You can't sit there and hold out and hope to get a new contract. That doesn't actually exist. Doesn't actually exist. Doesn't happen in baseball. You can't go hey, man, I know I got a 5-year contract, but how much does Aaron Judge make? Now, Aaron Judge is going to get paid an S-ton of money. But last year, he made $600,000. This year, it's slightly higher than that, $650,000. That's it. Dude, in any other world, you got 2 years left in a deal, which gave you a bunch of the money up front. You know what you can't do? Hey, I think I'm worth more. That's great. Get back to work. Don't tell me NFL contracts aren't fully guaranteed. His rookie contracts are. And it feels like as he flies off to Cabo San Lucas, where he trained during his 6-game suspension, which, by the way, let's not bury the lead. Ezekiel Elliott is a great running back. Ezekiel Elliott is a pain in the ass. Got suspended for 6 games, and then, like an idiot, had too much to drink at a concert and kind of tries to big boy and big dog a security guard, because that's what all tough NFL running backs do, and got called in the principal's office, gets away with getting his wrist slapped. Hey, don't ever do that again. And now he wants more money? And, oh, yeah, by the way, we're in a league where the running back has become less and less important. I think he's great. I think he and Christian McCaffrey at the end of this year will be viewed as the 2 best running backs in this league. And I think one of the things that they both do, and Ezekiel Elliott's great, they're both great blockers. Great blockers. But I think what you're seeing in the Dallas Cowboys is Jerry has always relented. Jerry has always been a pro players guy, and he's trying to take advantage of Jerry. And Jerry's got Steven, his son, who's running things now, who doesn't do business that way. Take a listen to Jerry Jones earlier today.
You don't have to have a rushing champion to win a Super Bowl. But Emmett was the first one to do it. And that's one of the dilemmas at running back. You can win Super Bowls and not have the Emmitt Smith back there or not have Zeke back there. Consequently, when we are looking and putting Zeke's contract in place. We've got to realize that the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl. And so you've got to do all of the things along with having Zeke that allow you to have other players so that you can win the Super Bowl.
Thank you. All right? Thank you. Like, look, dude, the Cowboys have gotten closer and more competitive since they've done it this way. And by the way, the years of being able to benefit from having a quarterback making no money are essentially over. Like they had the benefit of having a quarterback make nothing, and he couldn't renegotiate. By league rules, couldn't renegotiate. So those years are done. And so now the Cowboys feel like they see the finish line. It's like, hey, man, I need a little bit more money. This is what it reminds me of. Have you guys ever visited foreign countries? Okay. So I would encourage you to go to Israel. I've been to Israel several times over. Now, I'm Jewish, and so most Jewish people go and see the holy sites, the Jewish holy sites. My wife was raised Southern Baptist, so there was one year I was playing there, and this is in 2002. This is probably like February 2002. And my wife grew up in a small town in Oklahoma, Drumright, Oklahoma. And a guy she grew up with was a Marine stationed at the U.S. consulate in Jerusalem. Consulate in Jerusalem. So he arranged, and I had a buddy, Adrian Peterson, different Adrian Peterson, not the broke one that had 1,000 yards rushing with the Washington Redskins, different Adrian Peterson. Third all-time leading scorer at Oklahoma State history, who was playing with me in Ra'anana, which is a suburb of Tel Aviv. And so Charlie said, hey, why don't you come up? There's a great tour guide. Great. And he'll take us to all the Christian sites, and we'll go on the Jesus walk, where Jesus walked with the cross on his back. If you're Christian, you know what I'm talking about. If I mess up a word or whatever, sorry, I didn't go to church. I went to temple as a kid. Things we didn't study. So we went, and we did see the Western Wailing Wall and some of the sites that I had seen, but others had not seen. And we go on Jesus walk, and then you're gonna go into the cave where he died. Imagine if you're on that walk, and all of a sudden he goes, "Hey, I know you're set to pay me here a certain amount, and you're gonna tip me, but I need $150 right now. I can't show you that all right?" You would think that's the worst con of all time. You agreed to a price. You're going to tip him above that price. That's his bonus. And then all of a sudden, right before you get to the crescendo, now you want, no, hold on. I could show you where Jesus actually died. We've done all the walk stops, but we're going to stop now. How furious would you be? That's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys. So, look, if the Cowboys want to draw a hard and fast line, if they really want to be jerks, then go, hey, dude, we got you under contract this year. You got to play 6 games. We got you under contract next year. Got to play 6 games. And then, oh, yeah, by the way, if we want to, we can franchise tag you for not 1, not 2, but 3 years. Sorry, nothing you can do. So the goodwill that anyone should show their team, and the Dallas Cowboys aren't going to kill Ezekiel Elliott, much like the LA Rams aren't going to kill Todd Gurley. He's not even going to play in the preseason. This idea, he could play, you got to train some. You got to train some with the team. And, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm not sure if you're aware, the Dallas Cowboys have a new play caller this year. That's a big thing. But Jerry Jones is actually speaking sensical, which means that Steven, his son, got to him and said, hey, it's great. We can love Zeke all we want. But if we want to win, we need Zeke. We need Tyron Smith. We need the rest of the offensive line. We need Dak. We need Amari Cooper. And we need all to make. And oh, yeah, by the way, then we got to have a defense. Because Tony Romo had the league's leading rusher. He didn't win anything. Tony Romo was great. He didn't win anything. They had Dez Bryant. They had Jason Witten in his prime. They didn't win anything. You know why? Never had a top 10 defense. Now you have a top 10 defense. You got to keep Jalen Smith. You got all these other people you got to keep happy. You got to pay them about a reasonable rate. And yet Ezekiel Elliott is off to Cabo, fresh out of the principal's office of the commissioner of the National Football League. So I look at it and I think that Zeke is pulling at the heartstrings of Jerry Jones, who's always wanted to compensate and even overcompensate his top players. And I think he's working against the narrative that he's a pain. He's working against the narrative that running backs aren't nearly as valuable in the grand scheme of things as they used to be. And oh yeah, by the way, he's playing on people's belief that contracts in the NFL aren't fully guaranteed when his rookie contract is 100% fully guaranteed. He will get every penny that he's owed. And if he doesn't, and they choose to cut him, guess what? He'd get a new contract elsewhere because he's valuable. No one is arguing his value. Is this the right time to ask for a new contract when the team has other guys whose contract time is up? And my answer is no. And Jerry Jones, it sounds like his answer is no as well. We'll see how firm a no that is, because I believe Stephen Jones is running this thing, and that's why they've been able to manage their roster so much better the past couple years. Hi, I'm Doug Gottlieb from Fox Sports Radio, and you need to subscribe to the Fox Sports Radio YouTube channel where you can hear and see me. Why not? Plus everybody else who's awesome here on Fox Sports Radio.